Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and today I'm going to do this Santa baby look, is what I'm calling it, and it is basically doing a Santa hat on your eyelid. So I did this side off camera, yes, and we're going to do this side on camera. So welcome to day 12 of P1nk-Mas, and if you want to see how I got this look, again with the stylus on this eye, then keep on watching. So the first thing that I did was prime my eyelid. So I took my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade White, and I went ahead and I put that all over. I've already done my brows with my e.l.f. brow pencil, and I already, did I prime? I don't even remember. No, I did not prime. So we're going to have to prime our face. And we're going to use the Maybelline Baby Skin is what it's called. Kind of a weird name for a primer, but, well, I guess not, since, you know, it's supposed to be like a youthful appearance. But I saw this look done a lot on Instagram, and it was done many different ways by many different people. I don't remember who I first saw do it. It kind of just came across my feed, a bunch of people doing it. So let me put the primer on really quick so it can sit into my skin. And I was just looking for some different, like, creative, you know, don't look at my nails, some creative, like, holiday type of looks to do. And I was like, yeah, that's really cute. And I'm wearing my Baby It's Cold Outside shirt. You can't really see it, but Sophie, why are you growling? She's mad at her sister for something. I think her sister woke her up. Okay, so I'm going to go into the James Charles palette, and the first shade I'm going to use is called Social Blade. And it's this really pretty, like, lime green color. And it just looks like that. It's like a light green. And I'm just putting that all into the crease. Earth is on my skin. So how was your day? Yesterday, I guess it would be, because that would be today for me right now. And you can't really tell me how your day is yet, because it's the morning. Unless you're watching this in the evening. And then I have no idea what I'm talking about. And then I'm going into the shade Daddy, which is the darker green. I'm just going to put a little bit of that in the crease. If you recreate this look, be careful, because you want to make sure you keep the green and the red separate enough that they don't, like, fully touch, because they will create brown. So I'm going in with a Q-tip and some micellar water, and I'm just going to remove the eyeshadow from the lid, and I'm just gonna kind of, it's almost like just fully cutting the crease. I watched Katie Michaelis do this a bunch of times, and it's really actually fairly easy, so I like doing it. And then I'm just going to take a makeup wipe, and I'm going to do the outer portion. Speaking of recreating looks, one of my subscribers and friends, now friends, recreated one of my looks on Instagram. And I was blown away. Her name is Crystal, and I'm going to link her Instagram below. She recreated the look that I did with the Too Faced chocolate bar palette, the gold and silver look, and it was stunning. She did such a great job. Thank you so much, Crystal. It meant the world to me to have you recreate my look and to tag me in it on Instagram. So I hope that you guys will go check her out on Instagram and follow her and see what other looks she comes up with. So now I'm going to dip into the Blood Sugar palette, and I'm going to use the shade Blood Sugar. And it's just like a kind of a deep red. I'm just going to put that all over. So like I said, I will link her Instagram in the description box down below. I'm just going to put that pretty much all over, and I will use a pencil brush to kind of get the areas that are very close to the green, just so that, like I said, we don't have a brown incident, because I don't want the colors to muddy together. I'm just going to use my little mermaid pencil brush and do the inner corner and kind of go right along the line. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to use a liquid liner to like trace it. As you can see on this side, there's like a black line there. Where did I just... I'm telling you, I would lose my head if it wasn't screwed on. Alright, let me grab another makeup wipe because I don't know what I did with the last one that I was using. I'll find it when I'm done filming, no doubt. So I'm just going to kind of pull that up and wing that out. Okay. And then I'm gonna, if I can find the brush, I'm gonna take a little bit more of the red. And I'm just going to kind of bring it out. I know it looks crazy, but I want to make, there went my brush. I want to make sure that there's enough red for us to trace with the black. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the Master Precise All Day Liquid Liner from Maybelline, which I really love this one. It's a very fine felt tip, and it just works really, really well. And then I'm just going to not talk or breathe. And you just kind of wing it out there. And we're gonna be going over this a few times, so if it, you know, if it skips or if it's not perfect the first time, that's okay, because with some blending and stuff like that, you're gonna have to go over it maybe a few times, maybe not, but I did. This one is not quite as smooth as the other one upon first application, but like I said, we'll get it there. I'm just tracing in between the red and the green. And then you're gonna go to where the tip is of the little wing, and you're just going to do a ball. And then I'm gonna take, where did it go? There it is. My Wet n Wild, any white liner is fine, but this is my Wet n Wild all-purpose. Now my hands are wet and it doesn't want to open. Okay, there we go. Oh, goodness. And then I did a few things to the white ball. Like I did this first. And you're also going to have to retrace this ball. And then I went in with the shade Glucose from the Blood Sugar palette. And I patted that on top. Sometimes I do extra steps and then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But then I feel like I have to do it anyway, because if I don't, then it just won't look the same. So now I'm going to go over that again. Okay, and then I'm going to take the NYX white liner. This one is the easiest one to use for this purpose, I think. Actually, I don't think I put it in the middle of that side, but that's okay. I'll just pat it out. Okay, so now I'm going to take the black liner one more time. And just kind of redefine what we lost. Okay, and then it doesn't quite look like a Santa hat unless you have the white on the lower lash line. So, so I took my ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Sorry, I was holding my breath while I was doing all that, because if I move, it will literally mess the whole thing up. And I literally just traced out right along the lash line. And then I go into Glucose. What the heck was that? That was Jeffrey going, ching. Now you can just use a white liquid liner if you want to. I did it this way for two reasons. One, because I forgot that I had a white liquid liner. And then, actually I have 3 different liquid liners, but this is, the NYX one is the one that showed up the best. But also because with the white liner, even though it's very opaque, trying to put it over the red eyeshadow, it kind of turned pink when I did not cut out that part of the lower or the upper lash line. So that's why I like using the concealer, because it helps that not happen. I literally just took my pencil brush and shoved it into the sink. Yay. Okay. So now I'm just making sure that that's kind of patted out a little bit. Okay. And I have these new antlers. I mean, I still have the other ones, but I just wanted new ones. I saw them and I saw how glittery they were, and they were so cute. I'm using a green, forest green liner in Mainline from, oh, good thing I figured that out, because I literally almost ordered that color the other day. I was on Urban Decay's website and they were having a sale, and I was like, oh, they have a forest green liner. I would love to have a forest green liner. Anya. And then I'm going to that Shade Daddy from the James Charles palette, and I'm putting that on the lower lash line. And I do have some other holiday looks like this coming up. Ooh, just got some in my eye. Like, I have a, well, I'll leave some of them as a surprise, but I do have a candy cane look coming up because that's been requested. So, do not fear. That is coming up. Oh my gosh. I got like a dog hair in my eye or something. Whew. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Caution Mascara. This is a sample that I got from Sephora. I like this mascara. I don't think it's my favorite. I don't think I would buy the full-size one for $40-some, but I do like it as a free mascara. Today is the last day for that Sephora $20 off a purchase of 70 or more. I wish it was just $20 off of a purchase. With as much money as people spend there, I think that would be kind of cool. If it was just like $20, or at least like $20 off of 50, but 70, like, because $20 off of 75, you're still spending $50 or $55 at the minimum. Okay, now we can do our face. So I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. I've really been liking this foundation a lot. My nose is stuffed up today, and I don't know why. I just hope I'm not getting sick, because my ear has been bothering me more. They're keeping an eye on it, but I don't know. I just don't like it. I just do not like it. Don't like it. I feel like ear pain is one of those pains that, like, you cannot focus on other things. Kind of like dental pain. It's like, I don't know, I just feel like ear pain is really difficult. Because it's like, no matter what you do, like, your head hurts, like, everything hurts, if you know what I mean. I just feel like it's like, you know what I mean? Like, when you move your head, like, it feels like there's stuff in your ear. So if I don't sing myself, that is why. Because the more I move my head, the more it hurts. It's not an infection per se though, like, it's just you have a thing called a eustachian tube back here. I'm sure you guys know, but and it can get clogged easily when the weather changes or you have allergies or something like that, and I think that's what I have going on. And I'm like, I don't have time for a clogged eustachian tube. I have a lot to do. We're celebrating Christmas / Hanukkah with my parents before we go to Virginia Beach on the 22nd, I think. And then in the evening. And then we're doing Christmas with my brother and his wife and my nephew on the 22nd in the morning / daytime. See that? That feels painful. Yeah, I definitely think it's a clogged eustachian tube. I sound like a crazy person. I'm just going to take a little bit of extra foundation instead of putting on separate concealer, because I feel like this foundation is pretty full coverage, and I mixed it with the all-nighter from Urban Decay, so I don't really feel like I need a separate concealer. And then we'll go in with my cocktail of powders, which is the Coty Airspun, the Ben Nye Cameo, the Peach Perfect, and I think that's it. Oh no, Maybelline Fit Me. It's so funny, this hat, like the Santa hat situation, kind of reminds me of the Grinch, because, you know, like, it looks kind of cartoonish, like, it's cool. And I've never done any kind of look like this before, except for like during Pinkoween when I did those kinds of looks. So be gentle on me. And I'm just gonna take oh, I know, maybe no, I was gonna take that big brush that I have from Real Techniques in order to knock off all the powder, but I spilled a pigment, a loose pigment, a duochrome pigment, and if I were to go in with that brush, I think I got it all over the brush, so I don't want to spread duochrome pigment like all over my face. That would suck. Okay, and then what I did afterwards was I went in with a blending brush again, and I just took a little bit of Social Blade, which is that lighter green, and I just kind of, just a little bit blended it up just a little bit more, just so that, you know, just so it's there. Okie doke. Now we're gonna take our Real Techniques, this one. Oh, I forgot I wanted to use that powder. Oh well, we'll use that in the next video. I just dropped something else. I swear, I don't think I have a single video on my channel where I haven't dropped something. This is the L'Oreal Lumi bronzer. For some reason with this foundation, it looks more orange. I think it's because the foundation is like much paler. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just warming up the skin. You guys know I don't do a lot of contouring. A little on my nose. Sophie is already snoring. What else is new? She's my little snorer. And then I'm going to go into Marc Jacobs Kinks and Kisses with my Wet n Wild brush. Let me get this foundation off the back of my hand. Okay. And then, oh, it feels so nice. I cleaned a bunch of my brushes yesterday while I was watching a movie, and speaking of a movie, but anyhow, I cleaned it and it feels nice to have a clean brush. Speaking of a movie, so I watched the movie The Nun, which is based on the nun from The Conjuring. I'm not gonna give anything away in case you're gonna watch it, but I do not recommend it. It was weird. It was all over the place. I didn't feel like it explained anything, really. It was just very confusing for no reason. There were like, ooh, that is a very intense mist. I felt like it was all over the place, like I said, and it was just not, like, I expected to be scared, you know, less, because I expected it to be just really scary, because in the Conjuring movies, I was terrified of that character. I'm going in with Ice Cold from Jeffree Star. And, yeah, I don't know. I just didn't think it was that scary. A, and B, I felt like it just didn't make sense. Like, the whole story did not make sense to me. At all. Like, in the beginning of the movie, this is just an example, but, and this happens in, like, the first 5 seconds, so I don't think it's a spoiler alert, but, like, or, I mean, a spoiler, but, like, okay, so the guy who finds, I'll just say this, a guy finds a person deceased, and a priest and a nun come to investigate. And so they go into town and they find the guy who found the person who was deceased. And they're like, oh yeah, can you come show us, like, you know, what you found, where you found it, da 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 da. And he's like, oh yeah, sure. Well, they go back to the place and she's still there. Like, he's like, yeah, I just stuck her in here because I didn't know what to do with her. And it's been like, I don't know, like a week or two in the movie since he found her. I'm like, would that actually happen? Like, it was weird. Maybe I was just tired, but it just did not make sense to me. And I don't know, I didn't like it. Did not like it. I rented it from Netflix. It was like one of those, like, you know, you get it in the mail kind of things. So now I'm using Strangelove from Sugar Pill, and then I'm using Poinsettia on top from Jeffree Star. I really like these two together. And I like them separate. Got some on my teeth. Okay. Just a little more blush. I can find my blush brush again real quick. I don't feel like that blush was pigmented enough. I'm just going to take a little bit of the peach blush from the CoverGirl. I like a lot of blush. You guys notice. Know this, not notice. Okay. So this is the finished look. It is like a little Santa hat on your eyes. So let me know what you think down below. I love you guys so much. Sorry I was a little bit, I mean, I guess I was still talkative, but I was a little bit more quiet than I am normally, and that was just because my ear is hurting, and I don't know, I just feel kind of meh. So, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.